Boy, when it rains, it pours in Manchester United world. Uh, yeah, this is one of those days where whenever you get through the rest of this afternoon, I think just to have a drink on this one. Good afternoon to everybody, and welcome to the United Hour Match Reaction. I am your host, Devin, and with me, I have my fellow Bajan on here today, Big Phil. The only ones that could actually stomach it to come out here and speak about that match today, I guess.
Yep. We're here, live in the flesh.
Unfortunately,
We're here to talk about the team that is called Manchester United and how they are affecting our mental state for the last what 12 games.
oh God,
But
yeah, man.
not specifically the 9-12 game. We're just gonna talk about the West Ham game today. So yeah.
Unfortunately, yes, but yeah, I guess we gotta get into it now. Manchester United 1, West Ham 2. Before we start talking about this, I need another drink.
Yeah, I drinking some concealed rum punch, let's put it that way.
Let's just say today is a day where if our Trini brothers were in here, I would be asking for some punching because I need it after that.
Yeah.
All right, so now that I have a little bit of a looser tongue, I guess you could say after a little bit of a drink, boy, what the fuck was that today? So, no, sorry, what was that today? Punished once again, not taking our chances, and getting punished for it. Let's start with you right now. What did you think about the lineup when you first saw it today?
It's probably this lineup that's going to be playing from now to probably Christmas, and my thoughts have slowly died down with regards to maybe a month and a half ago, where we saw the likes of Amad Diallo win Player of the Month, and he can't get back into the starting 11. I still maintain that Amad Diallo should at least get a start if one of our um, wide players isn't performing up to par, right? But I mean, at the end of the day, I guess Ten Hag is trying to form some sort of chemistry between Rashford, Garnacho, and also Hoyland. Um, the middle, in terms of the middle three, kind of picks itself due to Kobe Manu being injured, and I mean, Ugarte only has like maybe one or two starts under his belt, but I still maintain that we can only see the best of Ugarte or the worst of Ugarte if he's put to play consistently, right? That this may be something I may say going forward, but Dallo needs to be dropped for Harry Amas on that left side. Dallo has been costing us way too many mistakes this season, but we'll get into that later. But I have that. Those are my thoughts on the lineup. I should say.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get ready and pull the lineup up real quick just now. Just give me 1 second. We'll get that placed in here. All right, so just to go through the lineup real quick for everybody who did not watch, we had Onana, Mazraoui, Delic, Martinez, Fernandez, Hoyland, Rashford, Ericsson, Garnacho, Casemiro, and your man of the hour, Dallo, for our starting 11. On our bench, Bayandar, Amas, Evans, Lindelof, Fletcher, Ugarte, Ahmad, Wheatley, and Xerxes. My opinion about this lineup, first questions that I had were We spent all this money on Manuel Ugarte, and why was he not playing? Next thing, I think this is the question that all United fans are having right now is what will it take for Ahmad to get a start again after how well he's played? I mean, I guess if we go back to the Europa League match, you could see when he was only subbed on because Anthony got hurt after being subbed on. And you could just see the look in his face where he just was not up for it at all. And you can't really blame the lad for that anyway. Um, I gotta tell you, when I saw this lineup, I thought it would have been enough. I really did. It's like, you know what? Finally win back to back games in the Premier League for the first time in God knows how long. That was my thought process. Obviously, that didn't happen. Let me go to some comments real quick. Afternoon to Courtney, welcome as well. Need to get you back on this show again soon as well. All right, so let's get to the match itself right now. Let's start with the first half. What was your opinion about that first half?
From a positive point of view, we were the more disciplined team. There were some good passes from the defense to the midfield. And it's always good to have a good connection between midfield and defense, right? Now, we saw the chances that fell to some of our players today. And I told myself that this is going to come to bite us back in the ass. So said, so done. Garnacho, 2 chances. Bruno, 1 chance. Oh my God, Diego Dallo, boy, whoa. Your sombrero, the keeper. I have the entire bar to your display. When the end of the season comes and the Premier League are doing a compilation of those oh my God moments, how did he miss that? You're gonna be in the top 10, probably top 5. But there's positive play today in the first half. We created chances, we passed around the ball well, but it was just we couldn't finish. Some of our players up front were unproductive. And that I don't care what nobody tells me. Once your front three or the guys who are responsible for scoring goals aren't producing, that puts more pressure on the back four. It does, right? And vice versa. If your back four isn't producing, they're conceding, or your goalkeeper is making a lot of saves, which Onana didn't have to do in the first half. It puts more pressure on the front three, right? But today, it was more of Lissandro Martinez was playing well, Casemiro was playing well, De Ligt played well as well, and Mazrari. The only person that I was skeptical about today was Dallo. But other than that, man, first half was a disciplined first half. Let's put it that way.
I actually thought, for the most part, finishing aside, it was one of the best halves of football we played all season. I thought that we were pretty much dominating on them, but we just did not take our chances. And we should have we should have been up at least 3-0 at halftime, in my opinion. Garnacho had a couple chances. That Dalot miss is unexcusable. Why are you going for power there when you can just place that in the net? I can't remember if Bruno's header was first half or second half as well. Okay, so that was another one wide open and put it over the bar from within the 6-yard box. And I think there were a couple other chances as well. I think we had at least 4 or 5 chances in the first half. You figure they all won't go in, but I would say out of 5, I think at least 3 of them should have been goals, especially Dalot's. And so come halftime, what I said my fear is that they're going to get one shot on target, and that's going to go in, and it's going to come to bite us from behind. On that note, we go into the second half now. Cheers.
Well, we saw that Lopetegui made 3 changes, And I think bringing on Todibo was a great move. Bringing on Crescenio paid off as well. Um, can't remember who else he brought on. I know.
He brought on the goal scorer as well. Somerville, I think it was his name.
Crescenio Somerville. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So Crescenio Somerville came on, and he was causing havoc, even in his leads days. And then Jean Claire Todibo, who is actually a solid defender.
Yeah, we were very interested.
Yeah,
If it was not for UEFA, he would be in a United shirt right now. But yeah,
correct. Yeah, and he was solid. He was solid in the second half, right? But I mean, you got to ask yourself, and this happened in the Aston Villa and the Fenerbahce game already as well, where not Aston Villa, Brentford game and the Fenerbahce game, where you play well in one half and then the other half we just totally like capitulate, or no, we're not capitulate, more like you don't represent another good performance, right? In the Brentford one, we played crap in the first half. In the Fenerbahce one, we played well in the first half, and then like we can't put two halves together. We just can't. And you got to ask yourself, why were we able to play well and disciplined in the first half, but then all of a sudden the second half is a totally different team. Same individuals, but the chemistry wasn't there. The pressure was being piled on. And you got to ask yourself, we played well in the first half. In the first half, why we couldn't bring that same momentum into the second half? Lo and behold, the substitutes that Lopetegui made shut us down or scored or both, right? Um, I have some thoughts with regards to him subbing off Christian Eriksen. I would have more gone for. I mean, and I mean, don't get me wrong. We've all want no we've all, but I've asked to see a Xerxes and a Hoyland on the field at the same time, right? I think Bruno should have been taken off, Ericsson left on with Casemiro, and Xerxes and Hoyland try to build some chemistry. That didn't happen. Christian Eriksen was hooked, and it's because of us chasing the game. There were not two chances. The ball fell to Bruno's feet a couple of times, and it was wasted. He took a shot. It's good. I don't know if he was watching American football, but it's good, right? Yeah. But yeah, the second half had a lot of drama and controversy in it, and I guess we'll talk about that later. But lo and behold, it was a tale of two halves. Played disciplined and well in the first half. Second half was not Manchester United. Let's put it that way.
so I'd love to hear from you all in the comments as well. Let me know what you think. Also, got to plug this right now. Make sure you stay tuned as well, because we have a signed Garnacho shirt to give away on this channel as well. Courtney is saying that he had to remove Ericsson while he's a player in form. He also has to manage his minutes.
But that don't make sense. You remove your most informed player. That don't make sense. You remove the players that aren't performing. If
he did
logic,
he did it in the Europa League for Rashford that one half as well too, where he was. I can't remember which match it was. Rashford had a goal and assist, I think, in the first half, and he takes him off to manage the minutes. Like, no, not having that. We got one from Chai here. These players are gonna make Ten Hag lose his job. You know what? We'll cover that topic later on, because I think we both have a few things to say on that one. I want to go into the goals as well. So lo and behold, we lose the ball in the midfield. We get beat on the far post, and so I'm not sure who is the most at fault for that goal. Whether it was the midfielder, I think was it Garnacho that lost the ball, or was it Bruno? I can't remember.
I think Garnacho gave away the ball.
So we go from that. and then Dalot gets beat on the far post again. Because, well, gets beat again, I should say, because he also was beat for Brentford's goal as well too.
And Spurs.
So, and keep in mind this is after he should have put us up. What say you though?
We talking about the 3 goals that score are the first goal we conceded.
First goal.
Oh yeah, at the end of the day, that was all on. Not all, but I would say that obviously Garnacho giving away the football is never it's not something that we can defend, right? Him giving away the ball, like we've seen in football where many players have given away the football, but the defenders still come to the rescue, right? And then the guy raises his hand and be like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, whatever," right? But that wasn't the case today. It's indefensible, and Dallo is unaware of his surroundings. Great defenders, whether you're a right back, left back, or centre back, is always aware of their surroundings. That's why Rio Ferdinand was such a great reader of the game, right? Yeah, this is a mistake that Dallo has been constantly making this season. And why is there nobody to talk to him about it? Bruno is not going to talk to why can't Bruno talk to him about it? Why isn't he being pulled aside after matches and showing replays? Show him the replay versus Spurs, show him the replay versus Brentford, show him the replay today, right? You have to be aware of your surroundings. And at the end of the day, the blame has to go to 2 players, but I want to say the majority is on Dalot. About at least 75% of the blame is on Dalot.
Well, so that was minute 74. So then United starts waking up, starts attacking a bit more. Minute 81, Casemiro with a great header. Would you call that an assist by Xerxes or no?
Yeah, I would say it's an assist by Xerxes. Some people may say that he was aiming for the would you consider that the near post or far post? Whatever post it was.
I would say far post on that one.
Yeah, probably far post, yeah. So let's say some people may think he was aiming for the far post, but hey, he found the head of Casemiro. Casemiro scores with a header, and it's a good assist. It's almost Fellaini-esque of like an assist.
Yeah,
right. And yeah, good header by Casemiro. This may sound bad, and I don't care who judges me as a United fan, but I have not celebrated any United goal since Joshua Xerxes scored on his debut. I have not. When we've scored goals, I've literally not like jumped up for joy. I've been like so numb because it's like when the team is not playing that well, you kind of get numb to these type of performances, right? But anyway, I digress. Yeah, seeing Casemiro. Casemiro has been playing a bit more disciplined since that Liverpool performance, right? He's been dropped. He's come on in place of other players, and now he is kind of back in the starting 11. We'll see, right? But yeah, good goal by Casemiro, good assist by Xerxes. Xerxes made an impact when he came on, and like I said before, I want to see Xerxes more involved in that number 10 position, right? He has good link up play, and yeah, 1-1.
And unfortunately, we have to get to this part now. The last goal right now. I'm not going to go over the penalty. I'm not going to go over the actual penalty kick itself. I'm just going to flat out say this. There is no way, shape, or form that is a clear and obvious mistake to go to the VAR to reverse an on-field decision. There's absolutely no way of that. And if you're going to go into that furthermore, yes, actually, if you want to talk about it, De Ligt did actually get a little bit of the ball first, but there also was a handball in there as well that was not even looked at, considered it either. But somehow we go play on for about, what is it, two minutes or so after the supposed infraction. David, or Kut, whatever you say his name, I don't care right now, all of a sudden gets a a fellow by the name of Michael Oliver in his ear saying, "You need to go check this out." And somehow that is deemed a clear and obvious mistake on the field. I wish I could show the clip here, but then we will get this taken down for copyright violation. Um, but you can go on the web and you can find it. I need somebody to explain to me how that was a clear and obvious mistake. What
Yeah,
say?
yeah. The reason VAR was brought in was to be an assistant to the on-field referee, for them to take a second look, right? Not saying what the referee did was a mistake, but it's more of like, hey, before you make your final decision, come and take a look for a more clear cut view, right? We've seen whenever the referee goes to the VAR monitor, that means something. That means the decision
Probably
will,
9 times out of 10 is in
yeah,
reverse.
it'll always be overturned, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen instances over the last couple of years where when you go to the VAR monitor, you can tell yourself, oh, okay, I can see why the referee has been called over to the monitor, right? When I looked at the replays, I was like, where where is the blatant mistake? Where is the obvious mistake, right? I cannot wait till tomorrow to see what um, the PGMOL is going to say, right? Not going based off what some of these fan websites are saying. I'm going to see what the PGMOL, Sky Sports, when they report their stuff, or whoever websites are like reliable on what the PGMOL has to say, right? But it wasn't clear cut that you should have gone to the monitor. If you consider the Saliba standing off versus the Cherries, or the Declan Rice kicking away the ball versus, was it Brighton? Yeah, Brighton. I can understand why referee went to the monitor for that, right? But just to look back at how Delip grazed whoever, was it Jared Boyne? I can't remember who it was.
It was Ings, I think.
Danny Ings?
Yeah, I think it was him.
Okay. Grazed Danny Ings. I'm trying to figure out like what prompted. It's almost like did did Michael Oliver really want Man United to be screwed over? Does he want to give West Ham their first win? And I mean, I don't want to be here. I'm not that type of guy to be blaming referees, but when when a situation is bad, where at the end of the fixture, all they could talk about is the referees, or the referee has to be escorted off the field with like some sort of security around him, right? But yeah, that was an interesting decision. Still had 12 minutes to try and find an equalizer, but it is what it is.
So I will also sit here and be the first one to say this right now. We're not making any excuses as to why that cost us the match. I am a firm belief that not finishing those chances in the first half is what cost us the match. But it does not help when things like this happen as well either. Because the way I look at it was, yes, the decision was wrong. These are supposed to be the best refs in the country, and they're getting this wrong. They're getting it consistently wrong with VAR. But that does not change the fact, because if we had put away the chances that we were supposed to in the first half, it would have been 4-1 going into that penalty, still 4-2 to finish off. Yes, we still would have been upset about it, but probably a little bit less upset. So that's where I put the majority of the blame on that. But this, furthermore, this is something I've been preaching about for VAR for a long time. Why can we not hear the conversation between the refs, between the VAR and the ref? Because I believe that will fix so we can hear exactly what they're thinking is, why they want to look at it, and we can hear the conversation itself that way.
I've always stated that refs should give post match interviews. Should always, whether it's for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, they should always give post match interviews based on the decisions that they made to give us fans and football players and the coaches, whoever's invested in football, give us some clarity as to why you made that decision.
Well, for the last topic right now, because I really don't feel like speaking about Man United that long today, because I'm just
Yeah.
yeah, I want to go back to this comment that I said we come back on beforehand right now. Do you think the writing now is on the wall for Ten Hag? 9 matches played, 3 wins, 2 draws, and 4 losses.
Yeah, because the wins were against Southampton, Brentford, and Barnsley.
No, just for the Premier League, not for the other cup competitions.
So our wins came against Southampton and Brentford only.
We have
And
one more.
Full Haram.
Was it Fulham?
Well, yeah, because Xerxes scored on his debut, no?
Yes, it was. Yeah, it was a 1-0.
Full Haram, Southampton, and Brentford. Look, at the end of the day, I've said that this manager should be at least pushing for top 4 by Christmas. It's not looking that way. You got to ask questions. Even though Ineos and Ten Hag have stated that we're working together and that they are on the same page, I'm trying to figure out what page are they on and if they're in the same book. So I could be on page 2 of some book, and you could be on page 2 of another book. That we can be on the same page, but that don't mean we're in the same book. I have given Ten Hag until Christmas. I don't see anything changing between now and Christmas. Nothing. At the end of the day, a manager is more expendable than a player. So it's very easy to get rid of managers, but it's up to the manager to get rid of players. I'm like, get rid, I mean, when a player is not performing up to scratch, your ass is on the bench for the next couple of games until you get your attitude in check, until you start performing, until you start like putting in the work that you should be doing, right? That's how I see it. If you as a manager can't put your players in check and they're not following your instructions, one thing I did in the last couple of months is I unfollowed my United on YouTube, and I'll tell you why. Whenever I see these players in training sessions all smiling and passing around the football and, um, doing these scoring these goals and having these forming some chemistry in training, right? I kind of get excited. I'm like, yeah, that's how the way the players are going to play come match day, sorry. And lo and behold, they do the exact opposite. And I said, okay, no problem. Maybe that was just a one-off. Going back to watching these players train. And then I realized, what? Forget this. You're not going to fool me again with these training sessions. You're not. At the end of the day, whatever is put in training should be reflected onto the pitch, and it isn't. So yeah, man. Ten Hag, Christmas or New Year's Day, the decision that will be made that day.
So just want to. I know I said the total for all matches. We play 3 Europa League matches out of a possible 9. We have 3. 3 points out of a possible 9 points in Europa League. We played 1 game in the League Cup, so Barnsley, which was an expected victory. And we have another match coming up on Wednesday against Leicester.
In the League Cup?
In the League Cup on Wednesday, correct. That'll be at home to Leicester, correct. Time will tell. We'll see what happens with that. But I know this right now. I would like to see Harry Mas get a goal in that game.
Why?
because we need to start getting some more defenders up to speed. Start putting some pressure on these players. Mazraoui is solid. Dalot, I want some competition. Luke Shaw cannot be trusted to stay fit. So we need everything that we can with that right now.
Agreed. Totally agreed. The same energy we give to Marty, I'll give to Luke Shaw.
But yeah, this was a tough show. Shout out to the Rum for helping us get through this one.
Yeah. Always the best friend.
Yep. Good or bad, always there for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure everybody stay tuned and be ready for that giveaway because that Garnacho shirt could be hanging up in your living room soon enough as it is. Until next time, I know it's tough right now, but I gotta say it. We gotta keep that red flag flying high because Man United will never die.
Hey, if you appreciate what we're doing here at the United Hour, please like, please subscribe, and let's grow this